A twink.
And a redhead.
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 There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. There's always gonna be another battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
Hello.
Hi. That song just really encapsulates how we're feeling
How we're
lately.
feeling, right? So, you guys, I'm just so stressed. Again,
Oh
literally
my
again, because didn't we
God.
start last episode like this too? How I was just fed up.
I think so.
To be so truthful, you guys, I feel like no one talks about this, and we're brave to be talking about it.
Mhm.
When you're like doing social media or whatever the fuck full time in a way, but also have a real job that is full time, it's like literally so hard, like impossible. Like, I feel like if we both were pursuing this on our own, maybe like if like Twink and a redhead was a single person account, maybe they would be able to have the means or whatever to like do that full time, focus on that full time. But you know, since we're like a marriage, like since we're married, like we split our, you know, our
We have
revenue.
a joint bank account.
We have a joint business bank account, and so like I feel like we have to get to a certain point before we can focus on this shit full time. So it's like we do all this on top of having a full-time job, and like honestly it gets a lot because I put my energy into like all these different other places or whatever, and then I get to like the things I actually want to do, like this podcast, and then I'm like, fuck, I literally feel like a zombie, like I'm burnt out.
Yeah. You have no time to watch Big Brother.
I know, I barely
know it
do.
sounds silly. It sounds a little silly. I feel like if anyone was hearing this, would be like, "Oh, you make TikToks, you fucking loser."
No, I
But
work for a major news organization.
No, I mean like about the social media, but you have no time to do the things you like. And
Yeah.
it's hard.
And it is hard, and we were talking about this too, like when you find your passion. Like we obviously love creating funny little content things and
Yeah.
talking to you guys and just being silly, and when you're doing another thing full time that isn't necessarily feeding that passion, it gets exhausting, and you're like putting all this energy there that could be put here.
And then it's like you get resentful.
Yeah, because it's like, fuck, now I have to do this TikTok, or now I have to do this like it literally sounds so stupid to you guys, I think. But like we put our whole pussy into like these things,
We try.
and it gets a lot.
And it's raining.
It's raining
and
today.
We got home at like 1:30 a.m. last night.
Oh my god, that trek home was so
it was
annoying.
so bad.
We went to the Eras tour
Yeah.
at AMC.
Y'all, like, I knew going in that I would expect some crazy Swifties, and I thought, hey, I might even be one of them.
Yeah.
But there was a 40-person conga line going around our theater during Style,
it
and
wasn't
it was
ending.
one of the craziest things I ever saw.
In a cinema as
At
well.
first, it was like a 5-person conga line, and Grant and I were like,
We were like,
okay.
stop.
And they went around the block, and then they came back. They literally garnered 35 additional congers.
Yeah, no, it was not ending, and I was so like intrigued by the fact like we're like 2 hours into the movie. Why Style? Did it prompt that?
It was.
Which I love Style, but I was just
I
like,
did
wow.
notice, honestly, and I don't know if it's the anticipation for the re-recording, but people
Oh.
during 1989, like that was kind of the craziest
Well,
era.
maybe that is why, because the re-recording's coming out soon.
Also, like Swifties are so shameless.
They are, but I want to say like our theater, I actually really respected them because I saw a lot of videos of people dancing in front of the
Yeah.
fucking screen.
Anyone who wanted to dance went to the back of the theater.
The back of the theater.
So like there was
So
like all
nice.
these empty seats in the middle because they were dancing in the back, and there were some people. There was this guy in this mesh tank top that danced literally from Miss Americana to Karma.
And we walked in with him, like, and I was like, "Who's wearing a mesh shirt
Yeah.
to the Eras tour right now?" Like, of course, a gay, but that's fine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine. He was in his rep era, like attire. But yeah, that was crazy. But watching that film, first of all, I felt like I was on stage with her.
Yeah.
Like, I literally felt like I was on stage, and I was like looking at all the cracks and crevices of the stage.
She has the most beautiful skin I've ever seen. I couldn't stop thinking about it during the movie.
She's gorgeous. Beautiful work done.
Beautiful work.
But basically, I have two thoughts I want to take away from this film, and I was talking to Ashley about them as we were leaving, because they just, let me just get into them. One, the fucking Oscar Isaacs looking backup dancer is so scary to me.
Yeah, you did not enjoy him.
So, he is terrifying. I don't know what it is. It's really kind of the aura of it. Like, of course he's conventionally attractive or whatever, but no, like something is really sinister within him. It's like, I mean, I'm sure it's not intentional, but like the facial expressions,
I mean, and also I feel like when you're just going to the show as a concert goer, you don't see that. When you're up close and personal
in that movie,
it was overwhelming for you.
Terrifying. He looks like a wax mannequin come to life.
Oh my god.
That is just about to eat me.
He literally
looks like he's about to eat me.
It literally looked like Oscar Isaac was one of her. Like they are twins.
And then the gay Timothée Chalamet dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I liked the like tolerated background
Stop.
dancer. He was so good. Like and then
his acting.
Because you don't see it up close when you're just at the tour, but when you see it like filmed in like close up that way, they're literally giving
acting.
a beautiful performance. Like he
might be nominated for best supporting.
No, it was like spectacular. And then every song after Tolerated, I would notice him. I'd be like, he's phenomenal.
Yeah,
he is so good.
Because literally leading up to that moment, I was like, what other songs is he in the background dancing?
Because he like literally captivated us in that scene. And then every time background singers came in, I was like, yes, there he is. Like last Great American Dynasty, there he is.
There he is.
Right?
Yep. The other thing too, that show is so damn long. And not in a bad way, of course. Like it is what it is. And I'm thinking, like, because since we're so up close and personal to Taylor, you don't really see like any sort of like noticeable fatigue or anything.
She's not winded once. I get winded from going up the 5 flights of stairs to get to our apartment.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but there has to be another element there that is helping her perform that way. And dare I say coke. Dare I say cocaine.
No, she's like a superhero. I can't if I get a package delivered, I literally am like, oh shit, like I know I really need it, and packages are known to get stolen in our building, but I don't think I can make it the 5 flights down and up.
Meanwhile, it's like an Amazon soft pouch with your Lightning McQueen t-shirt.
I know, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I can handle the 5 flights of stairs to go get that right now.
Stop. So that I know for a fact there has to be another element there. Again, I don't know if it's coke. I'm just being silly about it, but like maybe like B12,
I don't think,
something being injected. Like
I don't
how
think
the fuck?
It's coke, because coke would make you would alter kind of like your whole state, and I don't think she could necessarily perform in that. But I mean, I would love to know her vitamin regimen. Yeah. I would love to know. Is she taking like some Flintstones? Is she taking some just gummies? What are we talking about here?
Also,
imagine she's just housing 10 Flintstones before every performance.
The chalky. What if I'm also so confused about her vocals, like singing that long.
I know, and then
I was getting my voice was actually getting tired singing along in the theater.
You know what? If she was on tour at this current moment, I don't think she'd be able to go to the Chiefs games like she is, because she's hooting and hollering with Donna in the boxes, hugging Brittany, cheering for Trav. I don't think she'd be able to
No.
do that. She'd have to protect her voice. I wonder if she's on vocal rest in between.
Like, I wonder if she literally goes home, goes to bed, and then wakes up for the next show.
You know what I was thinking about? Because we were talking about how, we're feeling a little burnt out lately. We're feeling
Yeah.
a little down. Like, does Taylor ever sit down and watch a goddamn season of Suits?
Stop. And this is something I also wanted to bring up too. I met Kim Petras a
Yeah.
few days ago for part of my job. We did a shoot with Kim, and she was so good. But like, I was thinking about the literal, like, just the people who surround this singular person, and how it's so much of like, she's like a property, or like just like kind of treated as like an
business.
item. And it's like, even like when she arrived like to the interview, it was like everyone just like, oh, she's here. So then all of a sudden, like, everyone gets ready or something, like she's arrived, and then it's like all these people who talk for her, like on her behalf.
It's a business.
And,
you have
like,
to be a certain type of personality that can handle that.
She was so, but then I'm also like, how much of this kind of behind the scenes conversation stuff is actually presented to her? Like, does she even
That's a
know any of this
problem.
shit is going on? Like these weird little conflicts about what to show or what to do, or
Yeah.
like, I don't know. And then she just arrives, and then it all happens. But
That would piss
she was
me
so sweet
off.
though. She was literally so nice. She introduced herself to every person on like the crew, and I loved
Aw,
her. She was so
stop.
sweet,
That's awesome.
and like almost shy. Like, she's like nervous.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
that's so
she's on
sweet.
stage like with a whip.
No, I feel like a lot of people like famous musicians, like, literally feel like they're playing a character when they're on stage.
Yeah.
Like Taylor, I feel like when you see the Eras Tour on in a movie theater, it really is like she's like acting in a performance for a lot of the songs, like her facial expressions and the moves. It's like she's like literally acting out a character.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It felt so cinematic.
I was also wondering, like, does she ever have off days?
Like, does she ever like
Or
not?
days where she's like, fuck, I have to do this show, and it's so long, like, or in the middle of it, like, oh, now we're at this part of the show, like,
Yeah, and I think I read somewhere that like during Evermore, she got a lot of inspiration from, I think it was like Jane Eyre or Wuthering Heights, one of those like classic novels. I'm like, when the fuck does she have time to read these?
the pandemic,
I know,
guess,
but
or her
still, I'm like,
reputation
does
hiding.
Taylor ever like get off stage at her tour and then be like, oof, I gotta crack open this Kurt Vonnegut novel? Does she have time?
No.
That's truly remarkable.
Well, also the Anne Juliet people too. I asked. Stop.
What?
Should we talk about how humbled I was?
Oh, yeah, real quick.
So me and Ashley went to Anne Juliet, which is arguably
the best show on Broadway.
the best show on Broadway. And about a year ago, I did a shoot with my work for that show, like kind of just seeing what the show is and interviewing the cast. And we go to the stage door. Okay, well, we made a TikTok, which is on our page now. You could watch, about like Ashley taking me on a date, and I'm like her gay boyfriend, basically.
Uh-huh.
And I came up with this idea. I was like, what if like we go to the stage door like as one of the final shots, and it's like me waiting to like get my playbill signed, because that's obviously like so like who straight boyfriend would want to do that?
Yeah.
And I was expecting we would do it like before like the cast would actually come out.
So we would just be like, the shot would just be us waiting. And
Yeah.
We wouldn't actually have to interact with anyone.
Yeah, we get there and they're all coming out. And so I don't know what came over me, but I felt, first of all, we go to the person who plays May, Justin.
Real quick, I asked you before too. I was like, oh, will they recognize you? And you were like, yeah. Yeah, they
like
will.
from the shoot.
Like
yeah.
you were, I don't want to put you on blast, but you were pretty confident about
I
it.
was so common. So I go over to Justin.
You're like, they follow me on Insta.
No idea who I am, literally. And then
But the
Lorna.
thing that you did
What?
that I think was the most humbling was you kept asking them, do you remember me? And they would be like,
No.
remind me. They were trying to be so polite about it, but they were like, no, I don't know who you fucking are.
Lorna Courtney, the girl who plays Juliet, was literally looked at me like I was just another one of the fans in the lineup, which I was.
Which I
was. And I was like, we did the shoot with you. Like, I have a picture with her. I literally have a picture with her. But it was so humbling. I walked away literally wanting to jump off like a building.
Grant and I
was
walked
like,
away.
wow.
And you know those like social interactions you have where you're just like, you want to like crawl inside yourself and just cringe forever?
Yeah.
It was a bit like that. But we just laughed it off.
Oh, it was so bad.
It was humbling. And we won't be returning to the stage door anytime soon.
No, or the show.
No,
We will go back to the
times.
show. The word of the episode.
Is
First times.
Grant, when was the first time you got fucked?
I know, that's why you clicked on this video. So
And the stories will come.
the first time I got fucked was
Oh, we're diving right into that.
well, it was yesterday.
Oh my God, you lost your virginity last night.
Stop, but I'm born again.
You lost, well,
I lost my
woman virginity.
Yes, I lost my woman virginity
yeah,
last
you
night.
are no longer golden gay.
Nope. And let's just say the person
you lost your virginity was in the room right now.
let's just say she's in the room.
Right now.
Was that your first time? Sorry.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You sound like Peach.
Peach from Mario?
Yeah.
Stop.
Or Daisy. Stop.
What should be the first time we talk about?
So we're going to be talking about first times.
First
The first time of anything, you guys. The first times and the first times of your first time. So the first time, I mean, what?
Let's just dive right in.
Okay, so we're going to be discussing a few things. I guess we'll do should we start with why people probably clicked on this?
Yeah, why not?
The first time doing it.
The first time of coitus. The first time
What does
of
that mean?
intercourse. The first... Grant, when was the
Fully.
first time you made love to someone? I hate that term so much.
The first time I made love to someone. My first time was weird, of course.
Grant and I both have first time experience. They weren't very like... They weren't events. They weren't special.
No.
It just happened.
And no one's is.
No, I know.
I would be so weirded out if someone was like, my first time was magical.
I think, and anyone can do it however they want. No, you don't need to make an event about it, or you can. It doesn't matter.
With a rose petal.
Do you think
A rose
anyone's
petal.
had that experience?
Yeah, someone's
I
opened their
feel like
door
most
to a
of my
rose
friends-
petal path with
Most of my
candles.
friends,
And then they get to the bed and someone's just cheeks spread wide open, hole out, ready for you to enter.
hole out.
Yeah, that's how a lot of my friends have lost their virginities.
Well, my friends literally lost their virginity in like a field or like the back of a car.
I'm kidding. I don't know anyone who's done that. But yeah, that's literally, maybe that's so New Jersey, because also when we went to Florida, like I met so many virgins. So embarrassing. Like,
No, there's nothing wrong with being
there's
a virgin.
no,
And there's nothing
no.
wrong with waiting. Like when we tell our stories, anyone who's listening, there's nothing wrong with waiting. There's nothing wrong with doing it
Stop. But
early. It's
But
all
also,
fine.
I literally think sex is like natural, and to have those urges or whatever like is literally natural. And I think to repress it for religious reasons is problematic.
No,
Ooh,
of course, but
Yeah.
but also like
but I'm not
I would
judging you. I'm
I
not
would
gonna
hate
be
for
like,
anyone to feel pressure to do it as
Yeah.
well. Just do it on your own time. Do it if you want, or don't. Who cares? It's no one's business.
No, literally, it's no one's business. And even if I have friends who are waiting for marriage, and I'm just like, okay,
Because you know what?
do you?
Let me start going into my story. I was a junior in high school.
Yep. Stop.
I had just turned, 17. Grant. No, it was towards the end of junior year of high school. A lot of my friends had already lost their virginity, and Grant, I remember like it would keep me up at night because I'd be like, I can't go into senior year as a virgin. Like I was literally like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like freaking
No,
out.
yeah, that was definitely a thing.
Like I felt,
so weird.
I did feel pressure. I was like, oh my
like
God.
societal.
Meanwhile, like there actually were some of my friends who hadn't, but I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm freaking out right now. And then I just ended up going to a party and doing it with my friend.
Where was it?
It was at my friend's house. He was throwing the party. It was, I might get this detail wrong, but I think it was John F. Kennedy's birthday. So it was an American themed party. I was
What?
wearing GBA clothing. So red, white, and blue.
But like, where was it?
In his room, on his bed.
Oh, this person was throwing the party?
This person was throwing the party. I went with my water bottle of Svedka.
Of course.
And I didn't anticipate that that's where my night would end, but it did. And then my friend Jenny picked me up and I went home. I believe I left my flip-flops there.
What do you mean your flip-flops? You were wearing flip-flops?
Okay, I might be confusing this
With
story
another party?
with another time something happened in high school, but I'm pretty sure I left my flip-flops there and it was raining outside and Jenny picked me up and I walked outside barefoot. Guys, I can't lie. I had at this point consumed the half water bottle of Svedka, so the
Okay.
night was a little blurry. All consensual,
Yeah.
but blurry.
Yeah.
And I left my flip-flops there, and then I believe that this person brought my flip-flops to school in a plastic shop right back for me.
That's nice.
I think.
That's
And
nice.
it was so long ago, I literally like don't even remember, and I also had that Svedka.
So your first time wasn't like bad. It was just kind of random.
No, it was just funny, and it was bad. And honestly, like I felt so good about it after because I was like, okay,
You did it.
yeah. And we never even did it again. It was just we're friends. We did it. A beautiful experience, and that was no. But I'm happy. I'm happy that's how it happened because I didn't feel like I felt good about it after, and then I was ready to just pass it around our high school. Just kidding.
What? The chlamydia?
No, pass.
This pussy?
Yeah. No, I didn't. I was pretty tame in high
Ready
school.
to just pass this pussy around town?
No, it
Yeah.
was a lovely human experience.
That's great. Yeah. So my experience was a little different. Starting with it being non-consensual. Oh. No, it was weird. I don't know if it wasn't non-consensual, but I did tell this man to get off. So I was 16, I think also a junior or sophomore.
I think you were a sophomore.
Yeah.
You were one of those friends. I was like, "Fuck, Grant did it. I gotta get on."
And so also, I don't know what's more common, like in the gay world, like is losing your virginity as like a bottom first more common or as a top
That's
first
a
more common?
really good question.
I would think bottom.
I would think bottom too.
But you know what? Mine was top.
Shut
Which
up.
is so weird, and you're probably thinking like, how is it non-consensual if you put it in?
I guess that's how
Which
a straight man loses his virginity.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So basically, it was like my cheer friends, and this girl had like everyone was home alone or something. Like her parents were out of town.
Classic.
And she had people over, and we were all, of course, underage drinking.
Svedka.
Yeah, it was like something.
Svedka
shit
was
like
the juice
that.
everyone was drinking when they lost their virginity. All my
Stop.
friends.
And then people, yeah, and it was probably flavored. It was probably blue raspberry Svedka. That blue gorgeous bottle.
Mine was clementine.
Stop.
Mine was clementine. Now a nice light orange.
That'll do it, y'all.
Yeah.
And so I got kind of drunk for the first time-ish too. There's this boy. His name's Dave.
How old was he?
I think 18. Which like is not honestly like people like these days would maybe cancel someone 18. But like I think he was like a senior in high school or had just went to college, like freshman.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It wasn't like that deep.
Yeah.
Like there was a 2-year difference. 16's age of consent in New Jersey. Like
it was lawful. That
it was
part
lawful.
of it was lawful.
Yeah, so don't get hung up on that aspect. But basically, I didn't really think he was that cute. But again, it's one of those situations where there's not a lot of gay people in my town around my age. And
May I
like,
ask a question?
yeah.
Have you had sexual gay experiences prior to this event?
I don't remember.
You ever do some rub and tugs?
I genuinely don't remember.
Yeah.
It's an interesting query.
It's an interesting query, and hey, let's stay curious about
Yeah,
it.
I barely even remember this. Basically, got too drunk. He, like, really, like, was kind of interested in me apparently, and then he just sat on it. in
Was there foreplay?
my friend's bedroom
Was there
that had like posters of like, you know, different pop stars on the wall.
Was there foreplay?
I don't remember.
He just. Who was
I don't. He was actually very nice, but like it was just weird. And then in the middle of it, I literally told him to get off.
Yeah.
Because I started to
No, when
sober
you're-
up, and I was like,
When you're not
wait.
expecting it, like honestly, the night after or the day after I lost my virginity, I was like, damn, I was not expecting that.
I also think I had some. I was so naive. It's so sad. But I like was wanting to like share that with someone special. Like I had that thought, of course. And then it was, and then when I saw it was this random ass boy who I barely knew named Dave, who like,
Yeah.
you know, wasn't even that cute. I was like, what? Like, please get off. And so he did.
Oh,
And then
I didn't know you wanted to share it with someone special. It's beautiful.
well, yeah, of course. And then I was hit with the harsh reality of being gay in that era. And
Because you just had sex with a man?
what?
You
No.
realized you were gay after that?
No. What does
I
it
had no
mean?
idea what you were just
No,
saying.
as in like I realized I was being taught at that point, oh, all gay men just like other men for sex.
Oh.
Or
that's
it's like that's
terrible.
how like I probably won't find it.
Oh my god. But then
Isn't
you
it
did
sad?
find
I did my first love, I
you
guess.
had nice lovers.
Yeah.
Talk about your first love. Your
My-
boyfriend.
My first love was a boy named Michael.
I really liked him too.
Yeah, he's so nice. We're friends today.
We always just like randomly call him.
Yeah, the past few years we've just randomly will call him up.
Just
Say hi,
because,
just
just
what's
check
going
in.
on.
We like to do an annual check-in.
Yeah. His name's Michael, and we met on like Twitter somehow.
X.
On X.
On Elon Musk's X.
Yeah, we met on X, and he lived in like by the Jersey Shore.
Mm-hmm.
And so we lived like an hour and a half apart, and we would see each other like on the week. I don't even know. I don't remember. But we only dated for like 6 months, and then I went to college.
It was only 6
I guess this would be my
months.
first heartbreak too. This would be my first
Yeah.
heartbreak. I thought when I was leaving for college,
You were like
I thought he died.
it was
I
like
was like mourning, and I was sobbing at the airport.
yeah.
I was like, it was so weird the last days before leaving. Like he was with me, and I literally felt like I was like, he was about to die.
No, it
and
was like 1941 and your husband was going off
Yeah.
to war and you had to soak up every last minute.
yeah, stop. And then I got to college, and I realized there were other gay people.
You got to college and honestly, Grant, 3 days in. 3 days in, you were like, wait.
I'm in love
You
with
were
it.
like, I'm in love with someone else. Who's Michael? Respectfully.
Do you
'cause-
remember the ogre?
Yeah.
How do we
Grant-
even get into
Okay,
that? This guys, I
this is-
regret this so much. I was so stupid. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
It was one of our first nights
I
out
don't
in
even
college.
where did he come from? The ogre.
926.
Really?
It was one of our first nights out in college. We were hanging out with like our new friends. They were Grant's like friends from the cheer team, right?
And my roommate, yeah, Jane.
And your roommate, and our friend James, and we went to the one gay bar club in Tallahassee,
Stop,
Florida.
guys. This is the first gay club we've
Yeah,
been
called
to.
It was my first gay
Yeah.
bar gay club. It's called 926, and
it's only like Friday night.
it's only gay on
Tallahassee.
Friday nights.
It's so funny.
It's the craziest. It's one of the craziest places I've ever stepped foot into.
You can be whoever you want there.
You could be
and
no
no one will
it's
bat
like
an eye. I love it.
LGBTQ plus, but also furries are welcome.
Oh yeah, anyone.
straight
anyone.
people are welcome. Anyone's welcome.
And they had drag performances, but it was Tallahassee, so it was like there's a lot of them are probably new to the scene.
Yeah, some were good though.
Some were good. Like there were some local celebs.
And then Grant is one of our first nights out in college. Grant meets this guy, and like honestly, I was like, I need to be a supportive friend. Like Grant is still mourning the loss of Michael, this heartbreak. I go and get my like tequila soda or whatever. I turn around, Grant is hooking up or like making out with like
Stop.
this man. He's so just like, he looked like a linebacker, very tall,
Stop.
broad shoulders, and like definitely not your usual type.
Stop. Can I pause for
Yeah.
a second and tell you something that just I remembered?
Yeah.
Do you remember Fox?
Yes. Stop. We need to like just talk about all the characters we've met at 926.
Fox was the man who would be there every week in a suit and tie, just sitting in the corner watching.
It wasn't even
and his name was Fox.
It wasn't even a suit and tie like you're thinking. It was like out. I always thought he looked like Willy Wonka.
Stop.
The like suit and tie.
Yeah.
He looked like
it
he was
like,
out of like
mythical.
or a Victorian period piece.
Yeah, and then telling you his name is Fox is just like
What a
what?
character. And
And
we would see him
we
every
would
week
talk
and be
to
like,
him.
hey.
We'd be like Fox, yes, and like I would
Yes.
sit there and talk to him for like hours.
He would not dance.
Not in any sort of interest way. I was just like, what is your
Yeah,
story?
and then like there would also be a corner where it's like 60-year-old men who
Yeah.
probably came out late in life just watching, perusing.
Yeah.
But then Grant met this man and
The
they fell in
ogre.
love for like 2 weeks.
Stop. You might be confusing with someone else. I'm pretty sure Ogre was like one night.
Oh, it was one night.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive you hung out for like a week at least.
No,
I think he would drive
it was,
you.
No, this is a different
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Ashton or something.
Okay. I don't
A
want
few
to
characters.
I
my
don't want to
freshman year.
like shame you in any way, but you had
I
a
had,
lot of flings freshman year.
They were like stop, and they were giving toxic. Like I was like 19, and like they were like, oh my god, I would love bomb. Like I think I
Yeah.
was like
You
a
were.
love
I
bomber.
think honestly,
and then
after
2 weeks I'd be done.
yeah, always.
Stop.
Like no, it was,
It was
and it was hard
toxic.
for me because I would get attached to these people. I would like them.
Who'd you like? Turner.
Yes, loved him. He was
I don't
such
even remember
a
him.
cutie.
You brought that up last night at dinner.
Who else did I like? Oh, I liked that one gentleman. I think he worked for the Tallahassee Democratic Party or government.
Stop. Who?
Maybe this was Steve.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this wasn't a love fling. This was just like,
Wasn't there someone named Christian?
I don't know.
I'm almost
Stop.
positive
I
it
don't
was.
even know. Sorry, Billy, if you're listening to this. That's my current boyfriend.
I'm sorry to a lot of people listening to this.
Anyone who
Who's been affected by our words.
been impacted. Oh my God, there was a really nice one who I feel bad about. I forget his name. I literally forget his name, which is even worse. And now if I say it, it's like. But he was really nice.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong when you're 19. I feel like that's a very natural thing to do.
Stop.
And normal.
Yeah. Okay. I talked to a therapist around this time or whatever. He was like, this is literally the time of your life you're supposed to be playing the field.
Yeah, who cares? As long as you're not hurting other people. Which you.
I broke a lot of hearts.
Yeah,
I
but that's
think.
fine. You learned your lesson.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do that now.
No, you're not love
I
bombing
really don't
people.
do that now.
No, and then honestly, I feel like after like sophomore year of college, you've always been a kind of a monogamist though.
Mm-hmm.
You're never like seriously dating multiple people at once. Once you
No.
find like a boyfriend, you're like literally can't think about anyone else. I feel like.
Yep. And sorry to those people, when I was 19, but I was just trying it out and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And so next one, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
what else can you do? What's our next first?
We never finished the ogre.
Oh. We did. We just said we stopped talking after like 2 weeks.
But the ogre came to my dorm. The ogre who might have been 30.
Yeah, calling him an ogre is so crazy, but he
But
was, like,
no, and I think he was
creepy.
weird. He
There
was
was
weird.
something. He was 30 years old going to a freshman dorm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it was. I did not talk to this man for more than a week.
No, I don't
It had
think
to have
so.
been a one night thing, and then I realized, wait, this
James?
could have been dangerous.
James was our friend. James was Grant's freshman year roommate. He must have been like, "Why is this 30-year-old in my dorm right now?"
Stop! I don't think James was home. James also had his own mysterious life too.
Yeah, James was like did some unhinged things too.
Yeah. So it's just a sign of the times. Since we're on the kind of topic of it, first time drinking. You have an interesting story.
Well, okay. The first time I drank was the last day of 7th grade.
Which is
No, that's not true. The first time I drank was 7th grade winter break. I split one Corona Light with 4 friends, and then we put it in the sewer outside my friend's house because we needed to get rid of the evidence of the one Corona.
stop.
So we put it in the sewer, and then my friend was like, my neighbor's an undercover cop. So then we were freaking out the next day, like, he is going to DNA test this Corona in the sewer, and we're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. But the first time I got, like, pretty drunk was freshman. I mean, I always drank, but the first time I was, like, blacked out drunk was freshman year of high school. It was the beginning of freshman year, and this guy in our town had a sports themed party, and it's important to note his father is a prominent New Jersey politician.
Prominent,
New Jersey politician.
which just
But
is
I think his
crazy.
parents were out of town, so he threw a classic New Jersey basement party. I roll
Stop.
up in my James Madison football shirt, because that's where my brother and sister went to college. My Nike Pros, literally up my ass crack. My Converse.
Was the jersey like oversized? Like it was like
No,
a dress.
it wasn't even a jersey. It was just a T-shirt that said JMU football on it.
So the Nike
I
Pros
can
were
find-
shorts.
Yeah, and it was like October, so it was chilly. And like literally I'm wearing Nike Pros, which like might as well just be underwear. And
Might as well be butt ass naked.
no, literally. And I roll up, and it's hard to get your hands on like good alcohol when you're 14 for obvious reasons.
Because you have to steal from whatever
You
supply
have to
your
steal
parents
from your
have.
parents or hit up like an older kid in high school. Always some creepy senior willing to give some alcohol
Yep.
to
In like black, wearing black, or like a leather jacket.
wait, real quick. There were times, Grant, where like this one senior would always buy me and my friends alcohol. And sometimes like if he had a busy night, he was doing a lot of runs. Jenny and I were in these two guys, like we were hanging out with these two guys in a basement once. This senior comes to a basement window, like a basement, he opens it and he throws the 2 water bottles down. And we never actually like spoke. He just threw these water bottles into the basement, and like the 4 of us drank it.
Stop. I respect that he had a business.
I
And
know.
there's like no contact delivery.
But we didn't pay. Like sometimes he would give it to us for free
Oh,
too.
wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so this party I was at, it's hard to get your hands on alcohol, and for some reason all we could get was coffee vodka. And not knowing, how to mix alcohol properly, we decided to make a cocktail that was coffee, vodka, and blue Gatorade, light blue,
Mm.
cool blue, if you
Mhm.
will. And we put it in a water bottle, and we just chugged.
It had to have looked like diarrhea.
Well, the vodka was clear.
Oh.
It was just coffee flavored.
How'd it taste?
I can still like taste it in my. Sometimes I'll be drinking
Stop. You
coffee
probably liked it.
and I'll get flashbacks. No, because I had so much of this stash that like I would put it in like mini Poland Springs and bring it to the football game, and it would literally be my coffee, vodka, and blue Gatorade. But then at this politician's home, I was drinking my yummy cocktail, and I just like literally got so drunk off of it, and I ended up just like passing the fuck out in this man's basement. And Jenny, my like 90-pound friend, had to like carry me out of his
Oh
home.
my god.
And then I don't remember where I slept or what happened, but I vividly remember that night because I was like, holy shit, that was a movie.
Stop. That is crazy.
Yeah. And then unfortunately that happened many times after that, my freshman year of high school, and then I kind of learned my lesson. as we've discussed on this podcast, I did become sober my sophomore year of high school before I
Yeah.
ventured back into those waters.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't have a good first time drinking story. It's kind of lame. Just like, I don't know. It's just like a random high school party. But I
Yeah.
do, first time blacking out
Yeah.
was sophomore year of college at my 21st birthday party.
Yeah.
It was Jersey Shore themed. For those who go to Florida State University, you know this, but there's a thing we call our 21st birthdays. We call them a waltz, or if you're a boy, a maltz, because man and woman,
Yeah.
of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a maltz, and it was, you make them themed. It was Jersey Shore themed, and then it's basically just a pregame, and then you all go out. And then the night ends with you being dumped in the fountain. Which
And also your friends make you a sign that you wear all night.
there's, like,
Usually
21
like decorate the apartment with the theme. It's like pretty
Yeah.
elaborate.
Yeah. And so the party starts. It's so fun, silly. Ashley's walking around with a
I
bottle.
was fucked up.
Ashley's walking around with a
Blueberry
handle
Smirnoff.
of blueberry. We should get
It was
a bottle soon.
delicious.
She was walking around with blueberry
It literally tastes like
Smirnoff,
juice.
and she would like every 5 minutes would come and be like, Grant, like, yes, like,
I
take it," and then
know.
would just pour it in my mouth.
Oh my god.
And like obviously we're still young and don't really know how to drink properly. And so anytime she'd come around, I'd be like, yes, yeah. And then
I was literally giving that. Thank God this was before COVID too. Everyone was drinking this handle.
yeah. And so I don't even make it out. I'm in the bathroom, someone's bathroom, because it was our friend Steve's apartment, throwing up like everywhere. And I like, it's so scary blacking out. Like, I don't condone this.
No,
like, you should
it's
not.
the
Don't.
worst feeling ever.
It's like I remember like hearing and like everything kind of, but not seeing anything.
Yeah.
And like I thought we went to Wendy's and I was in the back of someone's car and someone was feeding me chicken nuggets. Ashley, I was in the bathroom the whole time that happened, and someone just happened to go to Wendy's and brought me chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ashley and my friends,
I went out. No, I feel terrible about this
instead of
now.
helping me.
Well, I didn't know the extent of your drunkenness. I really didn't. And I thought you were going to meet us out. And then
Stop.
I really did. And I feel terrible that I didn't stay behind.
God bless Hannah.
Yeah, God bless Hannah.
Hannah, who was my RA my
She
freshman
stayed
year.
back to take care of Grant.
Love her.
I really apologize for this
Thank
in
you.
hindsight, you know? And this,
They went out to have a.
we went out.
Hey.
No, because, wait, I have something to tell you, though. So I went out because I was, like, really into this guy in college who, like, was, like, it was so weird. Like, I'm, like, really embarrassed looking back. But I was like, I have to have him.
Meanwhile,
So
he was like kind of celibate and probably maybe gay and still figuring it out. Because why wouldn't?
No.
He didn't-
You're thinking of a different person who I was obsessed with.
Oh, it wasn't.
No, another J name. Yeah.
Uh,
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I was, like, obsessed with this man.
Yeah,
No.
this one's weird.
Oh my god, I would love to talk about my other crush at some point though. But I was obsessed with this guy, and then we're like, oh my god, we have to go check on Grant. So we go back to the apartment where the party was at. You had gone home at this point. You were gone.
And I'm looking for
But
my keys.
We go, yeah.
I'm in someone's car, still like terrible, looking for my keys. Ashley has them or something.
Yeah.
And is not answering, nowhere to
Yeah.
be found. Neither is our other friend Sierra.
Well,
And then I find out that it was because you were trying to get with some boy, and me being sick and everyone calling was just kind of cock blocking.
I remember. Okay, well, we go back to go find you, but you had already left, and we go into the bathroom you'd been throwing up in. This is so gross. And we find chicken nuggets still in their box, and we eat them.
Those are the ones that were being fed to me.
We find these bathroom chicken nuggets, and I'm like, snack.
Yeah.
So Sierra and I start eating these chicken nuggets.
Are
and
the
then-
calls coming in yet at this
No,
point?
not at this point. And then I go to the guy's apartment, and then we, do our thing, and we go on his patio with all his roommates, and we're smoking cigarettes.
Oh
And I check my phone, and I'm like, oh shit.
40 missed calls.
And then, but then that same night, Sierra
Was also trying to get with you both were trying to get with boys or
and
something.
then they went back to our apartment, and she locked him out or something. This is all very dramatic, and I guess if you don't know these people, this doesn't really make a ton of sense, but it was really dramatic.
I
night.
was so mad though.
You were so mad, which rightfully so. I will admit I wasn't a good friend that night. But when you're drunk, you do crazy things. I ate toilet chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
And
my
then went
mouth
to
was
this-
probably all over them throwing up.
Oh my God. And that's my karma for this night. I really feel bad. But
Thank you. It's okay. But
It
and I never
happens.
got my whole FSU career. I've never been in the fountain. Have you?
no, because
Yeah.
when I turned 21,
You didn't have friends.
it was a week after, it was the first week of COVID.
Oh.
My birthday's March 18th.
Stop.
And COVID was like hit on like everyone
Yeah.
started going home on like the 12th. So I celebrated.
But hey, I'm going to homecoming, so maybe
this time, right?
Maybe this time, right?
As a 25-year-old.
Okay, maybe not.
All right, what's next?
What about first pregnancy scare?
This is such a thing for teenage girls. I feel like
Pregnancy
the
scares.
the first time I had sex, I literally was like, I'm pregnant. Like, I was just like
remember
convinced.
this.
I think we used a no, I think we used a condom. I think everything was fine, but I was
you
like,
still had some sort of conspiracy. Or
I was like,
something
oh my
that-
God, like I know I'm pregnant. And then like a few times
I
after
was
that,
so excited for this.
when
I
thought,
remember you telling me this.
Can I confront you about something real quick? So I lose my virginity and I felt fine about it, but I still was like, oh, I feel like it was kind of random and it was a little like, I don't know. It wasn't like I was in a relationship. I guess I was worried about being slut shamed. And I also was friends with a person that I knew had a crush on the guy that I did it with. And not like I was betraying her because we weren't that close of friends, but I knew like, oh, maybe I don't want her to find out. I don't want her to be hurt.
Did I tell her?
Grant at his lunch table, during a period I was
Oh,
not in
okay.
with him, tells everyone,
been an
oh,
accident."
you know what Ashley did over the weekend? And I was like, Grant, like, why would you go around telling people that? Like, I wanted to like play this one close to the chest, not really tell people. Grant goes around telling the whole school.
I was excited. I was excited for you.
I remember like someone came up to me and was like, I heard you had sex with so and so. I was like, oh.
Wait,
okay.
who told the whole or like was the person at the lunch table? I don't think so.
Yeah, the person was.
Really?
Do you want me to say who it was?
She was at okay,
Yeah.
well, if she was at the lunch table, I really didn't know.
I don't
and I
think-
think I told her, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know like she had a crush on
Yeah.
him too.
Yeah. Oof.
But yeah, I remember that. And then I also remember literally feeling like excited that you might be like a teen mom.
I know.
Like I was like, stop, that's gonna be so fun.
I know, but
Like,
I hate to
but-
break it to you. I would have run to Planned Parenthood.
Im-
I would have run.
immediate abortion.
Immediate.
Like immediate termination. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, that would have been
Mm,
terrible.
yeah,
But
yeah. Nothing wrong with that. And nothing wrong with giving birth either, right, you guys?
yeah, and then there were a few times after that I had some pregnancy scares. And there was maybe I'll save this story for another episode. I'm gonna save
Okay.
this one for another. If we ever do like embarrassing stories, maybe I'll have the strength
Ooh.
to tell the time.
Abroad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a really I shouldn't tease them, but yeah, at some point I'll tell this story.
When she has the strike.
What was your first homosexual experience?
It's an excellent query. So like I'm gonna tell you my first like looking back kind of in hindsight, like, oh, this was kind of gay
Yeah.
experience. Not like a literal, you know. This is so strange, but growing up I did gymnastics, of course, and I was like practicing like 4 to 5 days a week. And
Mhm.
so I had a carpool with like a few people in like our surrounding area. And one person was in our grade in our town
Uh-huh.
who like grew up with us. This is like 4th grade,
Yeah.
Ashley.
Okay.
Let's call him Mark.
Okay.
Mark is like I did not realize what happened until like high school. I was like, wait a minute. We're driving home from gymnastics. We're both sitting in the back seat. Mark asks me for my hand and is like, wait, I want to show you something. And then makes me touch his boner. Like, he had a boner.
In
But
the back of a minivan?
Yes. Well, it was more like a Ford Expedition
May
type.
I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When does a person have their first boner usually?
I don't know.
Okay, when did you?
I'm trying to think, like,
When
as a
was-
kid,
Hey,
did
when
I-
was your first boner?
I don't know.
Yeah, it just happens. Also,
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he had a boner and he made me touch it.
oh my god.
And I was like, "What?" And then I think like,
did you pull away or
no, I think I was like
you were kind of like
well, no,
intrigued?
no, I think I maybe reciprocated
Oh my
and like
god.
made him touch mine.
Wait,
Stop. This is so weird.
in a
But-
carpool?
Yes, like his mom or dad is fully like in the front seat driving.
You know-
It was literally just like
Something I always wonder is like the things we think we got away with that like parents or friends probably notice. Like that very well could have caught the driver's attention.
yeah, I mean it was nighttime, it was dark. It was after
Oh
practice.
my god. That's really interesting story.
So strange.
That is strange.
So like that's like my first memory of like something that's kind of looking back was kind of gay,
yeah.
a little
That is a
peculiar. And
strange
I don't know how
story.
he ended up. He could be like bi. I could see that for him, but
Or maybe
I don't
he was just,
know.
like-
just
Maybe he was just
experimenting.
curious about the human anatomy.
Yeah, he could have been.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
mean, obviously in that moment I wasn't like, "Oh my god, I'm gay," and want to like
Of
like
course,
you don't
because
know.
you were also like exploring the human anatomy.
Yeah.
And when you're a young person,
Who hasn't
that's-
had a weird experience like that?
No, yeah, for sure.
Have you?
I can't really think of one right now.
No one's ever like I can't help but imagine if we were girls.
Okay, what? Well,
Would he have made me put it
Oh my God, Grant! We're gonna attract the wrong listeners.
Stop. I'm sorry. Just so strange.
So strange. Thinking about our first experiences is really bringing back a lot of peculiar
Trauma.
memories.
A lot of weird.
Wait, can I ask one more that I'm curious about?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you got pretty high on marijuana?
I don't think I've ever felt a real high until I started eating edibles back in winter,
Oh,
this
okay.
past winter and Christmas.
What?
Yeah. Well, like, remember wait, no. Because remember,
At Jenny's house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and me and our other friend Nicole,
Yeah.
I think we spent like an hour making Kraft mac and cheese, and we were trying to make it a secret.
We had like
'cause we
10
didn't wanna
friends over
share.
at our friend Jenny's house. And we used,
10?
yeah. There was a big group of us. Maybe 8. I don't know.
Oh.
I can name most of the people that were there. It was a weird group. And we all got pretty high, and we were doing like Gibbs, which if you don't know what that is, it's
Stop.
literally you burn holes in the bottom of a water bottle and submerge it in like water and put
I never knew
weed
how
on
it
the top.
worked.
It's like an engineering feat, and you just get like, first of all, you're inhaling burnt plastic and you just get super high, and it's like,
It's definitely not healthy.
no, it's not good for you, but that's all we did in high school.
Yeah.
And Grant and Nicole got super high and were pretending they were on Big Brother, but didn't tell anyone. So you'd like whisper about people and be like, yeah, like we need to vote them out of the house. And our friend Jenny was getting so upset because she was like, what are you guys are you guys talking about me?
We had a whole season of Big Brother like in our brains, in our minds. And then there was a whole aspect of us. We were being so secretive about making mac and cheese.
Yeah, it was like part of your strategy. It was really
stop.
weird.
Yeah. So that maybe that was like that era was like the first time I ever like
We used to smoke
I
kind of
remember
a lot in that era.
you have this really crazy video with you and Jenny. where
Oh,
you
our
guys,
song?
Yeah.
So my best friend Jenny and I used to like
Hi, Mr.
literally,
Wood.
yeah, we used to get like really, really high. Like we just were like little stoners in high school. And Jenny and I have a 8-minute video of us in someone's bedroom while a party is happening downstairs. And we removed ourselves from the party to go write a musical in the room. And it's like literally just an entire musical about woodland creatures.
It's so good. Maybe we'll post it on our Insta.
But the
if Jenny lets
first
us.
time I ever like got high was freshman year of high school, and it was December 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve, and because of a boy, again, classic Ash, I decided I was going to meet him at a local park and smoke weed.
Is this the story? Is
What?
this your first time performing fellatio?
No! That also happened at that park.
If you grew up in our town, and I know we have some, if you,
There's some
I know
hometown
there's some hometown listeners. There's a park that just everyone has some sort of
Everyone's
traumatic
committed
experience.
a crime there,
Committed a-
had a sexual experience there. I had an interaction with the police there because I have.
Gotten kind of lost there.
Got in a fight there.
Oh my
Assassins,
God,
I
a
got in a
fight.
fight.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I was too scared to go by myself, so I convinced my friend Jenny to come along. And Jenny was like, "I don't know, I'm like scared to smoke." I was like, "Seriously, like just come on, like let's do it."
Stop.
And it was December 23rd. It was chilly. I was wearing a puffer. I was wearing a goddamn puffer. We meet at the park, and we go in like this kind of hidden section of the park, the three of us. And he tells us, he's like, "Yeah, this is like straight in from Costa Rica."
Oh my God, I'm so
And
happy fentanyl wasn't crazy back
I know,
then.
and
Was it? It
we
might have been.
smoke this random weed, and then Jenny just goes and sits on a bench, and I just like kiss this boy. And
What?
like Jenny's such a good friend. And then we go home, and like we were like just couldn't stop eating tortilla chips, and we were pretty high. And then the next day it was Christmas, you know, Jesus's birthday, and my family's not religious. I never went to church or anything, but for some reason like it really hit me that day. I was like, I've committed the biggest sin and I'm going to hell. And I couldn't even look my family in the eye on Christmas because I was
Oh
so
my God.
disgusted
Well,
by my
yeah.
drug use. I was like, I am a delinquent. I'm a horrible person. I was kissing this boy and smoking weed last night, and now I have to give my
And now you're
grandparents
having-
a present.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was horrified by my actions.
Yeah.
And then I didn't smoke for like a little while. And then the next time I smoked was out of an apple. But that's a different story.
I think.
With that same politician's son from the earlier story.
Oh my God. I think I remember this era and like thinking like you had such a double life, and I just didn't want to be a part of that drug life.
Yeah, like
I was like,
I did have a double life.
and you like didn't want to share it with me a lot either. I feel like that's why me and Jenny weren't like you kept Jenny separate
Because
you
Jenny
guys
was
would-
part of my
the drug
crazy life
Yeah.
where we would kiss boys and smoke weed.
And-
Jenny was the one.
But then it merged.
Yeah,
But-
Jenny
but
was
not-
the one with me in that basement where the senior threw the
Yeah.
whipped Pinnacle vodka.
Yeah,
through
I was still doing Hunger Games.
Yeah. That's so true. Like you were like my like innocent friend
Yeah.
that I would hang out with to like get in touch with my like innocence. And
Yeah.
then at night
Yeah.
I was like going crazy.
Yeah, and then it sort of merged, but
Yeah.
we were a tiny bit more mature, so you weren't like being crazy.
No,
anymore.
because then
And I
my
was
year of
just dabbling.
sobriety, sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
And then I kind of really shaped up my life.
Yep,
What a wild time.
literally. First time eating ass for you?
Oh God. I don't even remember. First time jerking it.
I actually remember. I thought something happened to me when stuff
Grant,
came
can
out.
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I feel like just from knowing you and knowing your childhood crushes, you were watching the Spider-Man movies doing some other shit.
Stop.
I think
Because before I knew what porn was,
you would watch the Spider-Man
Stop.
movies.
I would go on YouTube and type in two boys kissing.
Aw.
Aww. And sorry, never mind.
I remember.
I used to look up two Spider-Man kissing. There, I said it.
I would literally search that right now. I would love to know what
Hey,
that's like.
I'll send you a couple links. First time voting, and who did you vote for?
My first time voting was actually in the
2020?
No, I voted
Or
in like midterms
Yeah,
before that.
So random.
I always voted blue. I can't deny it. Hey, red wave baby, right?
Stop. Remember the first time I voted, and it was for Hillary Clinton
Oh,
in
so
2016. I was like one of the only people in our grade because I
That
was
was-
held back a
yeah,
year.
Grant was older than all of us. So he was 18 and he could vote. And I
In the
remember
2016.
Grant, this is where you really like shaped your political identity this year as well, because you were like out and you were proud and you were like really kind of, that's when you started to dabble into
I was with
politics.
her.
And you voted for Hillary Clinton. You went to the place in our town where we vote, and he took me along. I waited in the car while he voted, and we had a photo shoot outside because you were like, I'm with her.
I had the sticker and
you
everything.
posted also
Stop.
that election.
Crazy.
Grant and
That drew
I-
lines in our grade.
Yeah,
Which
the
I'm sure for you
2016
guys
election,
too.
like honestly, like ruined some of my friendships because I just like would get in political fights with people. But Grant and I would also drive around.
Stop.
And
Stop. Okay, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
I'm sorry.
This
What are you
is
gonna
funny.
do? You have no
Also-
evidence either. or
also, I'm
proof.
proud we did this.
Yeah.
Our town was red, but there were still a lot of like liberals in our town as well. So there was a lot of like fighting, and Grant and I would drive in the night and sometimes in the daylight,
Sometimes broad
and
daylight.
we would steal Trump signs off people's lawns.
like literally pull up. I'd put the car in park. We'd run out,
we
grab the sign out of
Grant's
the front
trunk
yard,
was
throw
just
it
a
into the
grave.
trunk.
Yeah, Grant's trunk was just a graveyard of Trump signs
And
and
where
MAGA
did-
signs.
Where did they end
I think
up?
we just threw them out.
in like a dumpster.
Yeah, we just threw them out. But like, we hit a lot of houses.
We hit. So if y'all were missing
A Trump sign, it was
in Central
us.
New Jersey, it
Sometimes we'd like.
was us.
I remember one time we were driving home from a party. We had like 2 other people in our car. And we did it.
We had witnesses.
Yeah, we had witnesses. But honestly, I'm proud we did that because I was standing up for what I believe in, and it was, hey, fuck Trump.
No, literally.
And I would do it today if I had a car.
Yep. Well, we could literally. Maybe we'll do another first times episode
Yeah,
in the
that
future.
was fun.
It was silly.
It brought
It
back
was
a lot of
fun.
memories.
It did bring back a lot of memories. Very nostalgic. All right.
We've
I
really
have,
grown.
yeah, I have to pee as usual.
Gotta
right
piss like a
now.
racehorse.
Yep.
Stop.
BRB.
All right.
Stop, you guys. Ashley just went to pee. Hey, first time getting a golden shower.
Oh my god. I think I was
Stop.
a sophomore.
Did you wash your hands? Be honest.
Yes.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean?
I didn't.
Ew.
Wait, you didn't either, though.
Yes, I did.
After you pee, well, girls, you have to wipe.
I think like if you even just like flush, like you should just like wash your hands. It could be germy.
Do you ever pretend to wash your hands?
No, Grant.
Stop.
I
Okay, in your whole life you never pretended to wash your hands after going to the bathroom?
I feel like pretending to wash your hands takes the same amount of time as washing your hand. What is stopping you from washing your hands?
I don't know. It's just too much sometimes.
Why?
I don't know. Anyways. Announcements. Whoa. Do that again.
Announcements.
Now sing in that voice.
Announcements for the good of the group.
Whoa.
Am I getting better?
Yeah, you're starting to like learn how to.
Announcements.
Whoa.
Wait, catch one more time.
Yeah.
Announcements.
Oh my god. Do it again, but don't laugh at the end.
Okay.
Do a full.
Don't watch.
Okay.
Announcements for the good of the group.
Oh my god! The other day, me, Eli, and Eli was in chorus.
Yeah,
like, throughout
Eli
high
is
school.
like really into music.
And he was giving us voice lessons. And Ashley, I don't know what it is. Like, again, we've said this before. Our
I always go to this register. Announcements for the like shouting.
Like she sings in
and
her
I'm
like
trying-
head voice.
No, and I'm
you're
also like shouting. I can't stop like shouting when I sing.
yeah.
I need to learn how to do a more like
Take it back.
toned down register.
Yeah, and it's
Announcements. Oh my god, I'm literally so good.
Stop.
Stop. I'm going on The Voice.
stop.
I'll get a or I go on AGT and I get a golden buzzer. Anyway, do you have an announcement?
My announcement is it's really specific and niche, and
Okay.
it's not it's not necessarily like good or bad, but I've just been it's a notice.
Okay.
It's a notice.
Hey, just stay flagging things.
It's honestly a flag.
Yeah.
I just wanted to flag Gen Z, so like 22-year-old girls
Okay.
who act like 35-year-old millennials.
Interesting.
It's a flag that I've noticed. Just
Is it in their style, personality?
it's all of the above.
Okay.
It's the lingo, it's the fashion, and it's just the aura.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I kind of love those girls.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it's like bad, but I'm just like, huh. Like, why are you using corporate language in like flag? Like, I just
Yeah.
want to flag something. Like, but we're out to drinks.
Let's circle back to that. Let's use corporate language. Let's just circle back
Okay.
to that.
Yeah, let's put a bookmark there and circle back.
When I have
I
more
did want to
information, I can loop you in. But
Yeah, loop me into the chain, and then
Yeah.
I could handle.
Okay.
I did want to flag
Yeah.
that we do have that thing due EOD.
EOD.
Yeah.
I just want to flag that I don't know if that timeline is realistic for the team. But I will circle back and let you know.
I just wanted to flag that you're being a real fucking bitch right now, and it's not productive.
Let's circle back when you're not being such a fucking asshole. And then we'll see how it goes from there. And we can see how we'll progress.
Okay.
Ooh, you can be so passive aggressive with corporate lingo.
I hate I guess another thing
Whenever
to add,
someone
corporate lingo's so annoying.
Whenever someone says they're flagging something, they're about to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I also hate I bring my whole Grant Tussie to work.
Me
As in,
too.
I'm just really myself and authentic, and it's one of my least favorite things in the fucking world when I say something so honest and people are like, you can't say that. Like, we're working. Like, we're at the office. Like, what?
Yeah. No,
Please be for real. Like, everyone's so fucking fake.
Yeah. No, you know what? I try to sound professional, but you can't stop me from putting a heart emoji or a sparkle emoji in my message. You can't.
You can't.
Also, that just brightens someone's day. If I put a cowboy emoji after a request, hey, no problem, right? Hey, sure.
With the cowboy emoji.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's not like I'm putting an eggplant water emoji, right? Like, that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah, that's
But
way
a
too
goddamn
far.
sparkle and maybe a pink heart.
God forbid.
God forbid.
What's your
Alright.
announcement?
My announcement is whenever I want to take on a new celebrity crush, there's kind of like a vetting process where I have to decide if I'm willing to give myself and my time and my energy to this person. I can't just
Okay.
and I just want to announce that I'm getting into The Rock. But
what?
yeah, lately I've been kind of getting into The Rock.
What made you figure this out?
So he has these Instagram posts where it's his cheat day meals because he's so healthy and he's so shredded. And he'll eat 50 pancakes, 3 pieces of cake, a pizza, his tequila brand.
Stop.
And he's so funny and he's so large. I'm just I'm kind of interested in this. I'm kind of
Yeah.
interested in him. And I just want to announce that I am kind of dipping my toe in right now, and I wouldn't say it's a full-on celebrity crush, but I am
Yeah.
staying curious about The Rock, and I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how this will progress.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I'll keep you updated
yeah,
in the
definitely keep me
loop.
posted.
I'll keep you in the loop on where this Rock crush goes. But I was thinking about watching the game plan this weekend, and I'll see if that
Oh.
changes anything with a younger Rock. I will say I think I like a hairless Rock more than a buzz cut Rock, but
Yeah. He's so smooth.
he is so smooth, and the way he talks, and honestly I love when he sings in Moana.
I was gonna say I'm actually kind of attracted to his animated
Maui?
character, the tattoos, yeah.
No, I just I think The Rock is one of the coolest people. I also think he's just a good person. And I feel a lot of my celebrity crushes lately have been disappointing me. And I just know The Rock would never disappoint me.
No, he's so nice and
Yeah.
gentle giant, right?
Exactly. So I don't know. I'll stay curious and I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Perfect. Now an announcement from a fan. This is from Christopher.
Hello.
Hi.
I've been a fan of y'all for a while because
Stop.
I've always related to being the twink to my redhead best friend.
Stop.
So
Anyways, I just got into podcasts recently and I've been binging y'all's and found out that both of you went to FSU and Grant did cheer there.
Stop.
I do happen to be a Tally local, so I thought that was very funny. But I do go to the University of Florida now, so
Oh.
go Gators.
Oh.
But I have 2 questions for y'all and an announcement for the good of the group. Question 1, what was y'all's favorite place to go out, both over and under 21? Question 2, have you ever jumped in the recess pool? And my announcement is that I hate getting ice from Coke freestyle machines and such because it comes out cold and you get more beverage in your
It just ended. But wait, I picked this announcement because I thought how fitting, right? Like the
Yeah.
nostalgia with Florida State
I
and
mean,
Tallahassee.
926. As a Tallahassee local,
Yeah.
I'm curious if you've ever ventured into
Into
926.
926 as a gay.
My favorite place to go out was, I liked Recess. I did.
Yeah, you did.
And I liked Potts, like kind of a beer garden such. I love a beer
Yeah.
garden.
I think so as a gay person, I think I had the most fun at 926.
Of course.
Just like those were the best memories for me. And you know what? Under 21 and over
It
21
doesn't matter in Tallahassee.
doesn't matter in
The drinking age is 18 in Tallahassee.
But then there's like Township and Madison Social, which is like
Yeah,
you
you
have to be 21. Like those were like the two. But I did like Potts because there was like multiple areas you could venture to. I love a bar club situation where you can just kind of explore the
Also,
different
Grant and I did
areas.
have Ohio fake IDs. We had matching Ohio fake IDs.
and they were fake.
Yeah,
Like they
but
were
I
fake.
never got denied with one of those.
Yeah,
Even
but-
in New York City. it
But
worked.
Christopher, how embarrassing that you go to UF. But
Hey,
you grew
go
up
Knowles.
but you grew up in Tallahassee. I guess it was one of those sort of Romeo and Juliet situations, right?
Oh my god, like Capulets and Montagues?
Yeah, stop.
Um,
The Coke freestyle thing.
oh wait, but he asked about the recess pool.
Oh,
So
of
there's this,
course,
for those
of
non-Tallahassee locals that are listening, there is a bar at FSU called Recess.
It's a
and it's kind of like a
rooftop.
rooftop, and there's a pool on there, and
It's become lore
it's become lore
at
to
Florida
go
State
in
and
there.
Tallahassee because people call it the cesspool because you jump in, you don't know what you're coming out with.
It's disgusting.
It's so
And
gross.
we have one friend that would jump in every time she was there. Sierra.
She would.
Sierra loved going to recess. It was like the last thing she would do before she would leave. She would jump in and walk
Also,
home.
the weirdest thing, like there's a pool there. The second you jump in, you get kicked out.
Yeah.
Like they kick you out.
But no, but sometimes people do doing laps. Like I literally
No,
watched my
yeah,
friend
people
make out
stay
with
in
someone
there.
in the pool.
Yeah. It's
And-
so strange.
But the thing about it too is like my like worst nightmare is to be in like skinny jeans and they're just sopping wet. How terrible does that sound? So I never
Yeah.
went in.
You've never gone in?
I never went in. I was like, that literally sounds like the last thing I want to do.
Stop. I went in one time.
Yeah, I know you did. Because what were you wearing on your feet when you went in?
Your suede booties.
I had these really nice, they were kind of, for a college student, they were expensive, like $200-something suede boots. And I let Grant borrow, I have huge feet, so Grant and I can share shoes. I let you borrow them for a Halloween costume where you were a ghost.
I was a ghost, but I was like a drag queen ghost. So I was just like a
Yeah.
chic ghost, but then I did a full beat of makeup
yeah.
on my face.
Yeah.
And then I wore these booties.
Yeah.
Like, so
And
yeah.
Grant gets really drunk.
and I cinched my waist with a chain.
Yeah, and Grant gets really drunk at recess, and I'm just doing my own thing, probably chasing after my crush that was unreciprocated. I turn around, Grant is jumping in the recess pool in my suede boots.
It's just a floating ghost.
I don't know how
going into the
many of
pool.
y'all know this, but you can't really get suede wet, or it becomes this like gross
Okay,
material.
sue me. I had no idea, right?
So he's swimming in the pool. I'm like, you're wearing my shoes. And he's like, oh, sorry. I was really mad.
Yeah. And then it came out in our
Yeah, but that's for another.
Stop.
Guys,
when are we gonna
all
have that
because
episode? The feud,
this was
the
after
fight.
your 21st birthday, and then the
It was
suede
October.
boots happened, and then
Halloween.
a month later, let's just say we got in the biggest fight of our friendship, and we're gonna do a whole episode on it at some point
Yeah, we just don't know when.
soon.
Also, you guys, next week there's not
Oh
gonna
my god,
be.
we have terrible news.
Stop. So we've been talking about it for a while now, but we are going to. I'm going to. First of all, I'm going to FSU homecoming, so maybe
Hey,
I'll go to
back in the
recess.
recess
Back in the
pool,
recess
right?
pool, I go. Right.
Stop.
So I'll be at Florida State with Steve. If there's any Tallahassee listeners, let us know and
Let's
maybe
hang, right?
say hi if you see me. Right. And then
And then I'll be venturing down to
to
Florida.
Orlando, where we're gonna meet up with Emily Booths and Eli, and
Uh-huh.
we're going to Walt Disney World
We're going
Resort
to
and Spa.
Epcot. We're going
Hollywood
to Magic Kingdom.
Studios,
We're going
Galaxy's
to Blizzard
Edge.
Beach.
Is it-
We're going to Typhoon Lagoon.
Remember, you said Hurricane Harbor. That's Six
Hurricane
Flags.
Harbor,
Stop.
So we will not be releasing an
You
episode next
guys.
week because we need to just enjoy our vacation.
Yeah, but we will be vlogging.
Yeah, well, we will be vlogging and
Stop.
posting videos.
On our YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. And then, of course, we'll be posting on TikTok videos, I'm sure. Like, just whatever
Yeah.
comes to our mind.
But sorry about that.
I was dabbling maybe with the idea. Maybe we'll release a voice memo from live
giving
from
some
Magic
updates.
Kingdom. Yeah.
But if we're having too much fun, maybe we won't.
Yeah, and maybe we will. And what's wrong with
And
that?
what's
We
wrong
told you
with
guys
letting
before.
loose?
And we told you guys before, like, we are swamped.
Yes. Okay.
We-
Seriously, you guys need to stop.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Literally no one cares.
All right. Well,
Thank you for listening. Give
thank
us
you
5
for listening.
stars.
If you have a funny
please.
first time story, hey, feel free to share it, right?
Right? Maybe I'll put it if you're listening on Spotify, there's a little question below the episode. Hey, maybe I'll put it in that little thing.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your first time stories because I bet there's some funny
I know
ones.
there's some crazy ones.
All right, bye.
Bye. Love you.
See you in 2 weeks.
A twink.